Cura 3.6 has a lot of new great features. We're going to talk about two of them today: support blockers and generating custom supports. How to use them and are they really worth it? Hey everybody, my name is Vijay and welcome to Santube 3D, your best resource for all things 3D printing related, from how-to videos, troubleshooting, and product reviews. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Cura 3.6 custom supports and support blockers. Let's get started. Alright guys, once you have Cura 3.6 open, go ahead and load in the model, whatever model you want to do, so we can play around it together. As I'm going along, you can play around with it on your screen as well. Let me talk briefly about the support that Cura comes with. This is going to be mainly a review for most of you, but we're going to use this on our first topic, which is a support blocker. Okay, so if you notice, if you click on generate support, which mine is already checked off, this is what we're going to be paying attention to: support overhang angle. Basically what this means is at what degree would you like Cura to start building supports. So if you notice on this one, okay, let's go ahead and scale this up just so we have more of a visual. So at what degree would you like Cura to print the supports? Would you like it to print at 40, 45, 50, 55? Now keep in mind, most 3D printers out there, guys, 50 to 55 is where it starts to need support. So your printer is usually capable of 50 to 55 where it can print without supports. Okay, so mine's set to 55. So if you notice right around here, which is 55 degrees, the red part is where it's going to print the supports. Okay, so to give you a better view of this, we're going to go into layer view. Now, why is this important? Why am I going over stuff that you already know? Because I'm going to show you where the supports are being printed, and with support blockers, I'm going to show you how they're removed. So that's why this is kind of important. Okay, so let's go ahead and slice this so we can get a view of where the supports are going to be and what they're going to look like at the moment with default Cura generating support. So if you notice, from 55 and on, it's printing it all the way through. But let's say we didn't want supports in the middle, or if the model that you're trying to print, you didn't need the whole support, you think it's an overkill on that. So what you can do here is we're going to go back into layer view, or sorry, we're going to go back into solid view, and you're going to have to click on the model here. You know what, let's go ahead and make this screen a little bit bigger. So if you click on the model itself, which you have to do, you're going to go down here to where it says support blockers. Okay, so you're going to click on that. Now wherever you click on this model, that's where it's going to block the supports. Now you can't see the supports at the moment, but we just saw it in the layer view. So I'm going to go ahead and click right there, and now you'll notice that there's a little square gray box there, and this is where your supports are going to get blocked. Now this doesn't help us much when it's only one little square box. So what we have to do is we have to expand this to where we want the supports. Now this might work for certain models that are closer to the ground, so that would be great. But for a big model like this, guys, what we need to do now, please be careful. See how the model's highlighted right now and the support blockers highlighted right now. You have to click outside of it, then you can click on the little gray box. So now Cura thinks of this as a separate model. It is different from this model here. So you can technically modify it however you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've already clicked on it, and we're going to go to scale. This is one thing I don't like about this, and I also don't like about generating custom support, is when you expand this, and this is something Cura doesn't tell you, notice everything expands at the same rate. So make sure you have uniform and snap scaling unchecked. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and delete this. I just wanted to show you that. So now if I click on the model, support blocker, there's my little gray box. I'm going to click outside, click back on it, and now if I go to scale with both of these unchecked, notice I can actually scale it to how I want. Okay, but another thing is it scales in both directions. So when you make it bigger, it grows on the top and bottom. It doesn't just grow in one direction, guys. So once you have your support there, we're going to click on move. Now you can actually move the support. I'm going to go ahead and move it down. Okay, so now we have the support blocker here. Now you don't want to keep making pillar after pillar after pillar. So what you can do, again, once you have this clicked and it's highlighted, you're going to go to scale. Now this part's a little tricky. You got to make sure you get the right angle on it. Then it'll let you select it and expand it. Okay. So now basically what I just told it to do is I would like supports printed here, and I would like supports printed here, but I don't want it printed in the middle. Okay, now let's say if you wanted to go a little further out, you can actually do that by clicking on this and making it wider. And then again, you would just go into move and just move this over a little bit. Okay, so there you go. Now this is going to print supports, but it's not going to print where we told it not to. So what I'm gonna have to do here is bring this back. I'm gonna go and prepare that for you guys. Now if I go into layer view, if you notice from the side, same layers, right? Same percentage. It starts at, not percentage, sorry, at the same degree, at 55 degrees, it prints the supports right there. But let's take a look from the front. Notice there are no supports here. This is where our support blocker was placed. Now I left this part of the support blocker up here on purpose. Okay, some people are going to try to fit it perfectly in here or build column. You don't have to do that, guys. This part does not affect your print at all. If you notice, it doesn't affect it at all. It only affects your support. So you can actually, you could have made it this big or gone lower below the bed. It doesn't. I like how that's not very, or Cura is not too picky about that. So that was fairly easy. It just takes some time because you have to actually fiddle around with it, get it to the right size and things like that. Okay, so now that we've done with support blockers, we're going to talk about custom supports. Okay, so let's go back into solid view. We're going to go ahead and delete this right here. Okay, so one important thing that you need to know when you're actually using custom supports, you have to have generate support turned off. You cannot tell Cura to create supports on its own by what overhang angle you have specified. Okay, you have to have that turned off. So my support's going to be turned off. And for most of you, you're probably wondering, if you notice, why do I have custom support showing on the left and you don't? Well, that's very easy to fix, guys. You're going to go into Marketplace. Then you're going to go into plugins. There's a lot of great plugins here that you can use, but for today, all we're going to do is do custom supports. Mine's already checked and installed. All you got to do is click on this right here, and then you'll see an install button, say like that. Once you click on it, you'll get an install button. And once you do install, I'm pretty sure on Macs, I don't know about PCs, but on Macs, it will restart your Cura, it'll kick you out, and it'll restart it so you can actually put this on the left side. Alright guys, to generate custom supports is basically the same concept as a support blocker. What you're going to do is, of course, you're going to click on the model itself. Once it's highlighted, then you're going to go to custom supports right here. Once you click on it and you click on the model, you'll notice there'll be a little gray box. Click outside the model, click back into it, and only that part is highlighted. So now Cura treats this as a separate model. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and scale this up first to make it bigger. Now make sure these are unchecked, because if it's not, it's just going to make it bigger in every direction. Okay, so for example, like so. See that? So that's what we don't want. Now if you do need that, where you need a square support, you can actually do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the height on this one. Let's go ahead and move it down a little bit right here. Okay, So we're gonna scale this a little bit bigger. Now I'm doing this on purpose. I'm making it bigger on purpose to prove a point here. Once it's past the bed, guys, it's going to go ahead and lift up your model, and that's something you need to be cautious about. So you notice my support right here is going below the bed. When I do that, it's automatically gonna bring that model down to the bed to make it flush right here, lifting the model that you're trying to build a support on. So what we need to do is you need to scale it to the right size of whatever you're trying to use it for, and once you do that, then you're gonna go ahead and move it up. Okay, and you just want to make sure that your model is sitting flush on the ground. There we go. Now our model is sitting flush on the ground, and I'll give you a different view of this. So you see everything is great. The support's touching the bed, the model's touching the bed. And another thing you have to make sure is that your model and the support you just built are connecting somewhere, because otherwise when it goes to print, it's going to print the model, and if there's a little bit of a gap here, it's going to not print anything touching it. It's going to print the model, and then it's going to print the support with the gap right there, which kills the whole purpose of doing this. So again, make sure your custom support is touching the bed and it's not lifting up your model, and at some point it is touching each other where it's connecting. Okay, now once you do that, you navigate exactly like you did with the support blockers. You go and click on it. Once it's highlighted, we're going to go to scale, and this way you can make it bigger. Okay, so if you notice, it's longer coming out, and if you want to make it thicker or wider, you can do so as well. So there you go. Alright guys, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is it worth it? Was it easy to use? Or what did you overall think about it? Now, if you have any questions or comments, go and leave it down below. I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. There's a lot of useful information on Santube 3D. If you'd like to support the channel, you guys are always more than welcome to buy us a coffee or a monthly support through Patreon, or use the affiliate links down below. It helps the channel out greatly. So we appreciate all your support, guys, and if you want to see more videos similar to what you saw today, go and click on the link up here or the link up here. With that said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next print.